Welcome to module 1 of our course. The theme for this module is the shadow side of leadership. I hope you've all read my initial announcement, the preview week announcement welcoming you to the class. If you've not done it, please do so and make sure everything is understood. I hope you've got your textbook and also you've purchased the course pack from Harvard Business Review. A little about me, those who have not taken my class before. I am Robert Mayfield Yorson. My academic background, I have BS and a Master of Philosophy in Chemistry and Biochemistry from the University of Ghana. I have a postgraduate certificate in food management from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, a Master of Science in Public Policy from the Humphrey School, University of Minnesota, and a PhD in Organizational Leadership, also from University of Minnesota. I've published extensively. I have over 90 scholarly articles in peer-reviewed journals and conference papers. I serve on several editorial positions on leading peer-review scholarly journals. I worked for over 30 years in industry, including being the head of admin, HR director for the Food Research Institute. I've consulted for the World Bank and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization and several other foundations here in the US, Kellogg, McKnight Foundation, UBS Optimus Foundation, and others. I have 20 years teaching experience in higher education. This is my 8th year teaching in Quinnipiac. I've also taught at the University of Minnesota. I teach at the University of Southern Maine and Providence College. I own a consultancy firm. You can check that. And if you want more about me, see my faculty profile at the my Q page. I've been fortunate enough to win several awards, including here in Quinnipiac, the prestigious Excellence in Teaching Award, the Scholar of the Year Award, and quite recently, the James Marshall Award. I hope you've all started putting your self-introduction, and participating in the discussions. My favorite TV shows, she say Naked and Afraid, I love that show, and also Big Bang Theory. Even if the old series, I keep watching them over and over. The overview of the course, this is a 1 week module, and the topics we are going to discuss are the leader's light or shadow and stepping out of the shadows. So as I mentioned, if you've not received your book, please make sure you get it and start reading immediately. Activities, the self-introduction, which is important. Make sure you commented on at a minimum 2 of your colleagues. The group chatter, then the mini case study, which is a general discussion for the entire class. The reading, as I said, is chapters 1 and 2. And we have 3 optional readings. We are not required to read them, but I will encourage you to do that. At least skim through them. They are very important to our learning. With regards to the mini case study titled Tale, as an introduction to our course in ethics, this case uses a scenario that you can easily identify with or engage with. Everybody who has taken at least 1, 2, or 3 classes in our program has been in a group before. Your experience either has been very good or not so good, or whatever the experience was. The exercise is useful for demonstrating how ethical perspectives naturally and logically underpin and inform such processes in everyday life. So as an exercise for negotiation, conflict resolution, and group dynamics, the case highlights difficult aspects of dealing with a poorly contributing group member of a group project with different responses to the problem by the other group members. In this class, we have a group project, so this case is very relevant to whatever we do here. Please, when you are answering the case questions, make reference to the assigned readings. That's the only way you can prove to me that you've read the assigned reading and also really understand what we are talking about. Whilst I like anecdotes from your life experiences to enrich the discussion, it is very important that you refer to the readings, the book especially. So the first topic we'll discuss is the leader's light or shadow. That's the first chapter, which introduces the dark or bad, toxic side of leadership as the first step in promoting good ethical leadership. Light and shadow represent the power of leaders to either illuminate the lives of their followers or cast them in darkness. So why should we pay more attention to the shadow side of leadership? A great many leaders engage in destructive behaviors. We can cite several examples. We all have heard or interacted with leaders like that. If the dark side of leadership is not faced directly, it can lead to abuse. And toxic leaders engage in destructive behaviors and demonstrate toxic qualities. So the chapter is really interesting and it gets us starting for the entire course. So please read, and if you have any questions, you can post it on that discussion board. And if anybody has an answer, we'll give to that, or you can even generate further discussions. The second chapter or the topic will be discussing is the stepping out of the shadows. And this chapter looks at why leaders cast shadows instead of light and how they can master these forces. So these shadow casters include all these 7 shadow casters, the unhealthy motivation up to contextual, group, organizational, societal pressures that encourage people to set their personal standards aside. So this is briefly about module 1. I know the first module of every class is difficult, but with a preview week, I hope you've really gone through the syllabus, gone through the course sites, understand where everything is. It makes it easy to be successful in the class just by being comfortable navigating the course sites. Makes put you in a good position to start the course. And please review the syllabus very well. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm looking forward to the next 7 weeks, and I hope you enjoyed the first week of this module.